Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk about evolutionary selection, and specifically natural selection and artificial selection. But before we get into that, let's define selection. So selection is the process by which inherited traits are selected for or against and thus become more or less abundant in a population. Okay, so let's apply this definition to natural selection. For natural selection to occur in a population, three criteria must be met. First, there must be variation in the population. For example, brown beetles versus green beetles of the same species. Second, the trait must be heritable, which is to say it can be passed on from one generation to the next through the genes. And third, more offspring are produced than the environment can support. In other words, a portion of all the offspring will die off because there aren't enough resources to support that much offspring in the population. Okay, so in natural selection, it's nature that selects which one will die based off how well their traits fit that environment. And going back to our beetle example, if there's a drought one year and all the green vegetation dies, leaving only brown, dead earth behind, the brown beetle will thrive while the green beetle will dwindle. It'll die off. Nature here selects for the brown beetle through a natural occurrence, which of course favored the brown beetle. Right, now let's compare this to artificial selection. So artificial selection requires only two of the three criteria. That is variation in the population and that the trait is heritable. The difference with artificial selection is that humans decide which traits are passed on, not nature. Right? Artificial selection is used in agriculture and animal breeding all the time. Right? People want cows that produce the most milk, so they only breed cows that produce high amounts of milk. They don't breed the ones with low milk production. Likewise, horses have a variety of breeds with a variety of jobs, and breeders use artificial selection to make that happen. All the dogs, all the household dogs we have are a result of artificial selection throughout the years. So natural selection and artificial selection are really just two sides of the same coin. Both are a mechanism of evolution, or both are mechanisms of evolutionary selection, but the process by which they work is slightly different.